One of the most powerful ways that we can help ourselves get unstuck from both anxiety and freeze is moving into this blended state called awe. So awe is made up from two of the primary states. Now, to understand your nervous system better, we can look at one of our first states is being the sympathetic nervous system state. And this brings us into what we call mobilization. So mobilization is where we might experience that feeling of excitement, joy. We might feel elated. And if it's kept in check, we don't move in to fight or flight. And what keeps that in check is the regulating energy from the ventral branch of the vagus nerve. So this regulating energy, when it's combined with mobilization, makes up this state here that we call awe. Anxiety arises when mobilizing energy comes into our system, but we don't have enough of this regulating energy to keep it in check. So we feel this urgency, or we feel our heartbeat faster as we shift into fight or flight. What we need is this mobilizing energy to cue safety as we're experiencing this mobilizing energy. And awe is a fantastic way to do that. So you might think of the last time that you experienced awe. Was it when you saw a solar eclipse? Maybe it was when you took a beautiful hike and got to the viewpoint and you looked out across the horizon, realizing just how small you are. It could have been a time when you looked up at the stars. For me, I get many moments of awe when I see my daughter do things for the first time. When I saw her walk, when I hear her say new words, and the way that she looks at me and touches my face, I get goosebumps all over. So when we move into awe, we actually have this release of oxytocin, those hormones that are associated with love, and this helps us to access more of that regulating energy so we can train our nervous system to get better at holding mobilization. Now, this ability to have mobilizing energy that's kept in check by regulation is what leads to peak performance. If I'm teaching something new, I want this mobilizing energy to come into my body. It's what helps me focus, think clearly, it gives me a faster reaction time, but it's also what allows me to share this passion, and it comes through in a visceral, embodied way. Now, the other great thing that awe can help us with is to move out of the state of immobilization. In the state of immobilization, we might experience freeze, shutdown, collapse, burnout, or apathy. And there's this sense of no matter what I do, it is just not going to work out. It's a little bit like our batteries are drained. When we can come into this state of awe, we allow this mobilizing energy to come into our system, which is actually what helps us come up and climb the ladder out of shutdown and collapse, where we might feel alone and disconnected from others. And so my invitation to you is to think about the last time that you experienced something that led you to this state of awe. And you might like to close your eyes as you think about this, and you might see in your mind's eye where you were, maybe who you were with. And as you're seeing that in the movie of your mind, can you connect with your body? Can you connect with that sense of mobilizing energy? Can you allow it to expand? And can you savor it? So what is it that you truly appreciated about this moment? And when you're ready, opening your eyes, and notice just from 30 seconds of tapping in to a little bit of the energy from this state, how it changed your nervous system. For me, awe is the state that helps me to think in expansive and big picture ways. It's the way I train myself to say yes rather than no. And we know that the stories of our nervous system will follow the different states that we're in, particularly as we mentioned with immobilization. If we often hear that story of it's never going to work out for me, I'll always be stuck or I'll always be alone, try 30 seconds of coming into your state of awe and then notice how that story might change for you. If learning about your nervous system is something that you're interested in, then I'd love to have you come along to my next training and I'll pop the details below.